I took it upon myself to help those in need, and I became the superhero known as Daredevil.
Yo guys, you know what time it is. We got another unboxing and review coming up today. Today we have the premium format exclusive Daredevil by Sideshow Collectibles. Stay tuned. Let's get this thing going. Guys, we got our art box out of the shipper. I gotta say, I'm digging this art box. The colors on it are really cool. You have Daredevil on the front, you have Daredevil on the side, the logos on the back. You got New York City Hell's Kitchen vibe going on all around the box. Very, very cool. Another little thing, you can kind of see the little sonar going on the box, kind of just like the art print. You can see that there. So very cool. The art print complements the piece very well. So we'll see what they look like together. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next part. Knife action time. Alright guys, go ahead and pop this. Alright, so I like this simple layout. We don't have too many pieces. We have Daredevil's body here. And then we have the base, head sculpt, another head sculpt, and then his little weapons there. Alright, so go ahead and pull this part out. So there's the base, very light. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything laid out. Alright guys, we got everything laid out. We got the base situated. We have Daredevil's body, and we have the two portraits laid out. Check those out. And then we have the weapon attachments, like so. Alright, so on the base, how Daredevil sits, this is a key slot here, or a peg slot, and then a key slot here. There's a peg, and the peg slot is here. And you line up the key spot right up top, so we'll put this in like that. That's in. Line up the key. Goes in the base. Take his attachment here, and we'll just try to mimic the box here. So let's go. This is held on by magnets. So go around again, up the side. Crown them off. That is a fully assembled premium format Daredevil from Sideshow Collectibles. Very easy. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes, take a look at the piece, and come back with a review. Guys, Daredevil is fully assembled, looking good. One of the main things about this piece is that it's not heavy and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So that's a very, very good thing here for us collectors. That's something that we take away piece by piece. Get it? But yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into the base part. So really cool. One of the first thing I noticed is this little detail here on the woodworking, where you can see where it's kind of splintered off and broken, and the different paint apps on that. That's very cool. You got the broken splinters, and you got the woodcut coloring throughout, which is done nice. And then you have the it's not plastic. I'm gonna say it's resin, but it's see-through. But yeah, very, very nicely done. The base coloring is kind of like a grayish greenish type color. I think he's on top of some type of building, or he's on top of a church. I thought in the prototype pics, I thought that this was actually kind of like a color, but that may have been the Electra that I'm thinking about. But going throughout, it's got these little details going up throughout the base here, all the way up through here. Got the little cracking, the weathering, got the little dirt detail going throughout. You got a little broken off little chunk there, and then a little bit more detail on the side here. More spires, and then you have the little broken off chunk here, and everything else. You have like this little sand stuff like down here, which is cool. And on the back, the same that goes throughout. So the base is cool. You have the boots. The boots have like this little dirt detail on the front, and then you have like this little mesh detail on the side boot that goes up through the side, all the way up through the leg. Got little dirt speckles on this side as well. Little mesh, different texturing from this and then here, like the leather. Very cool. And on his calves. Then you have his little weapon holders. Up the thigh, you have the same kind of mesh detail, which is, texture-wise is very nice. The texture is done very, very, very well on this piece. It follows all throughout it. Like this is the same texture, kind of like here, and then also on the back of his legs here, and then going upwards to his chest. You have the same kind of detail, mesh detail and texturing on each side. You can really see, the muscles throughout right here. Hopefully you guys can pick that up on camera. And you can also see it's still got like kind of a blackish red tint to it, which is cool. So yeah, this piece is painted very well, in my opinion. I know this piece caught a lot of flack because of it not being very comic accurate, but I'm digging the more modern take on this piece, kind of just like the Sideshow Captain America. All right, so onto his weapons. You have, this little wraparound that goes up his arm. I kind of mimicked the box, as you can see there in the background. I kind of wrapped it around and then brought it up his back and pulled it around here. Back detail's done very nice. You can see kind of where it's stretching there in his costume. You see the little ripples there, which is cool. And then like the texturing that follows throughout the suit is on his hands as well. You have little knuckle protectors. And then on the sculpt itself, this is the regular head sculpt. You have the mesh detailing here, and you have the mesh detailing on the neck part. So very cool. I think I did a really good job detailing this piece. So off to that side too shows that. And I also wanted to show you, so this is the exclusive. The exclusive is like the more the exclusive is the more classic take on the suit. So you can see there is a difference here. I mean, besides the grimace on his face, if you look to the side, you can see that the more modern head has like the little vents in the back, and it's more like a like a helmet, and this is more like a pullover, kind of like the old school way, but it still has the little mesh detail on the bottom to follow through the rest of the costume. So yeah, so if you switch these out, with the exclusive. Still looks nice. I kind of like my pieces a little bit more grimaced, looking like they're a little bit more pissed off, so I'll be switching this, you know, from sculpt to sculpt. I have a feeling, but I like them both. So I was going to show you kind of like how I had mine wrapped as far as the weapons go. So on Sideshow, when they did their unboxing, they kind of just had it like this, and then they brought this up like that. So you have that way of posing it. So either way you pose that, it looks pretty good. I think maybe by doing it this way, it takes more and offer a little rope, and maybe it won't stretch, but they do offer you 2 of those, so you can pose that either way you like. And then they also give you these caps, so if you don't want to use that, you don't want it resting on his body, you can just switch it like this. And these are magnetized, and you have that look, which is still pretty cool. So one of my favorite pieces was the XM Daredevil, and I was, you know, contemplating getting that, but you know, this one is a lot more accessible, and the cost is quite a bit lower, and it still looks pretty good. All right, overall impressions: this piece is done very nice. The sculpt, the paint, the base is done very, very well. The texturing throughout the suit reminds me a lot of what Captain America's suit was on the previous premium format from Daniel Bell. Very, very nice. I definitely recommend picking this piece up. I believe it's still available on Sideshow's website. The exclusive is the way you see it here, and then if you go with the collector's edition, it's this edition with the portrait here. So either way you go, it's still a win. I definitely recommend having it in your collection if you like Daredevil. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. We're getting closer to 1,500 subscribers. As soon as we hit that, I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway for the channel subscribers. I appreciate all the guys that subscribe and comment on the videos. So I'm going to try to get, you know, give something back to you. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
So I took it upon myself to help those in need, and I became the superhero known as Daredevil.